Hey, here's a little disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast do not necessarily reflect those of the MAWP organization. And there are some themes and subject matter that may not be suitable for all audiences, so viewer discretion is advised. So we're back for another episode of the MAWPCAST.
How are you, outside world?
I don't have any fanfare to start off the show this week. No bits. I don't even know if I can smoke this now. I just feel like I have to. It's just there. I can finish it.
I didn't see any movies, so
I was just thinking we could have a whole segment that could be Chris's movie reviews. It doesn't have to be every week, but yeah, I've not seen any movies either.
I finally got my boss to watch Ready Player One.
Yeah.
You know, because I got that. I saw that. Have you seen that?
I've not seen it. I've not seen it.
That's something that I think that you can enjoy simply for the fact that it has all the Marvel characters. It has all like characters from everything. Everything imaginary. It has everything characters, and it's just amazingly cool. Just because you're being thrown around your own timeline, just zip,
Yeah.
because you're going, oh yeah. You know, it's just cool. I liked it. I think you'll enjoy it.
I might.
Yeah. To bring it. Can you play it? Oh, you can't play it on your computer, can you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll bring it one time. We'll watch it. We'll watch it and give our review live or something like that.
Well, that's what you're gonna do with Star Wars. The Han Solo movie. You mentioned doing that.
I just saw that too. That's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I did. Netflix just raised the prices.
Did they?
For everything across the board?
Oh,
they have 3
no.
platforms. They're all going up a couple bucks. Just a couple bucks.
Right. All right. Okay. So
It's okay.
Not gonna hurt too bad.
No. And we've discussed this slightly before, but it's just really, it's not even really ramped up yet. This is just the beginnings of things. Like,
I already know. Yeah.
because they're preemptively reacting to okay, they don't share their numbers. We don't know how much money they make, really. I mean, you know that they make a bank. They're making
big bank.
They're making so much money that they can just throw money all over the world at Will Smith to make shitty movies.
Yep.
And so, and because of the nature of things, they can afford to do this, and it's going to. They're not going to lose customers right away.
Not right away.
Especially with all the stuff they've got. Right. And people don't take into consideration, okay, they're into Netflix. Netflix is like, you kind of gotta have Netflix. Like, if you're in the world and you're really into it, everyone's gotta have Netflix. They've gotta have it. Mm-hmm. And because it is TV. That's TV now. And if you don't have Netflix, you don't have TV. And with the Disney streaming service, they're going to lose all their access to Marvel stuff, to Star Wars stuff, to Disney stuff, to Fox stuff. So they're going to be depleted, like by 5-10% of their stuff, but a lot of their key content is going to go away. And so
that's why they're putting out so much stuff.
Yeah.
Some of it's cool, but some of it.
Yeah. And that's what you're going to get is you're paying for quantity rather than quality. And things like HBO's streaming service or whatever it is, their thing is like $15. And that's just for them. And so I think they're going to get absorbed by someone else eventually or something. I mean, I don't know, but
I mean,
it's good.
But I guess people would pay it. I guess I don't know.
It depends. Like they don't have as much to offer. Like right now, they've got Game of Thrones, and Game of Thrones is going to go away, and then they're going to have this prequel series or something.
Well, Game of Thrones you can now get at Walmart and other stores and stuff. Buy all the series there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that sooner or later you're going to be able to get it at most pawn shops and thrift stores.
Yeah, oh yeah. I just see Netflix as becoming like I've said before, it's just network TV now. It's going to spiral into this thing that is not worth the money. I mean, they would really have to, like, I don't know how they could really compete. Like, their original properties, they're subpar to a great extent. Like, they could make them fanciful, but like they bought some comic properties, like Miller World. This guy, something Miller. They got a lot of comic stuff. We've seen some of them already produced. I think like Kick-Ass. I don't know if you've ever seen
that's
Kick-Ass.
A cool movie.
I think that this is one of his comics that became a movie. And
have you seen that movie?
I've not.
I think you might enjoy that. I don't know.
Now,
I don't know.
Here's the thing. My argument isn't so much that I wouldn't enjoy some things, because I would probably enjoy a lot of things. There's a lot of stuff that I would enjoy, and then there's some things being critical. I would be like, I didn't like that.
Oh. Well, think of it as like it's almost like a New Age Batman, but he's not Batman. He's him. He's that guy. Just trying to be that guy.
It's Captain Bonsart.
There you go. And it's done in the Batman fashion. Freeze frames at times and stuff. Rotated camera angles when it's freeze frame type stuff. When they're attacking and stuff like that. But it's very cool. I like that movie. So
here's my take on like, so I've made comics. I've wrote comics actually for a long time. Even since the 90s I was writing comics. Just kind of little small underground, my own comic stuff. And I used to write that Captain Bonsart comic. And my Captain Bonsart comic was largely part of the reason that I would do anything in life is because I wanted something. I wanted my version of something. It was like, if I was doing that, I would do this. I would do these things. And now some of those things are somewhat inspired by a couple of things. There is The Watchmen, the comic book The Watchmen that became a movie, The Watchmen, and Frank Miller's Batman, whatever, The Dark Knight Returns, or whatever it was from the 80s. Now, this comic book, those two comic books particularly are widely regarded as seminal works in comic books, and I would say are what inspired comics to be what they are from that point on. Like, they mark a change in the genre. Like, comics started being taken more seriously and became far more extreme and graphic and real and all this stuff. But I could also point to that as being like a downside to comics. That's where comics started to spiral out of control and become like just exploitative and just trying to sell to the lowest common denominator and just be graphic for the sake of shock value and stuff like that.
Well, and then the selling points. It seems like there was less comic and more advertisements and stuff. Did you ever notice that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was just like, hey, this is just like.
They took on even more exploitative like practices, like making variant covers where they'd have a comic issue come out, like the #1 issue of something or a special annual issue of a Superman, and they'd give you like 10 different versions of the cover. It's like, oh, this cover is in chrome, and this cover is a different artwork, and this cover is this and that. And it's like, so for collectors, they'd be like, oh, I gotta have all those. And for tweaker collectors who think that they were going to like make money in the future, they'd buy 10 copies of each of these variant covers, thinking that down the line they'd be able to sell them for $100 each. Now, because in the golden age of comics were mass produced, and then they were put out, but they weren't necessarily in the giant runs that they are in modern eras. So when they were put out in the olden days, they were then destroyed, like because kids didn't take care of them, or the parents destroyed them when the comics code changed.
They were just like a newspaper and stuff. Nobody really collected them.
The reason that those became valuable is because they were scarce by the time that the 80s rolled around. But when the 90s were rolling around,
by the time people gave a shit about it, it was almost too late.
Yeah. By the time the 90s rolled around, you could buy there was all these mass comics being produced, and then by the mid to late 90s, these comics had already lost their value, and you could buy whole collections for like 20, 40, 50, $100, you know, just giant collections of these mass-produced comics that people thought were going to make money.
Baseball cards nowadays.
Same thing, exact thing.
I see that at Goodwill all the time, just plastic containers full of baseball cards. I'm just like going, whoa.
But that's how I got into baseball cards, though. Like, I found a big tub of those once, and I was just like, I should just check them out. So I did, and I found a couple things that, like, for $5, I got like 5,000 cards, and in those 5,000 cards, I found at least 2 that I were able to sell for like $10. So,
there you go.
yeah, and then I was like, oh yeah. But you know, most of them had no value, and it takes a certain amount of like understanding to determine where the value lies, and it can be tricky with comics and cards and stuff like that, but yeah. Collecting things, those are good topics, whether it's little hobbies like that or collecting music, because that's something we do here.
I collect vinyls.
Yeah,
over 3,000.
And oops. And no, for real though, I've collected the physical copies of music from wherever and here throughout time, and less so I collect the physical things now, and I'm more into digital just because of space. I just don't have the space. But as far as this room, it's sort of a repository for a lot of things, and so it can house a lot of stuff like that, and I wouldn't mind even starting to focus more attention on actively doing that, because there are things I want to digitize and get into my collection, and it's also nice to have those physical copies as backups around in a safe environment. So yeah, collecting music is a cool thing. And there's tons of it that can be collected nowadays. Like, I wouldn't even know where to start, but I've had tons of cool music collections, and this is an awkward segue into playing some songs, Chris.
That's right. Hey, well, let's change the flow. I got a dog. Literally. No, yeah. My girlfriend came home, and this dog came running out from underneath our porch, and we checked the entire neighborhood, and we live in like a motorhome park. So, I mean, there's like, from this little park, there's like a good mile or so of any real people.
Uh-huh.
And we went and got checked for a chip, and nothing like that and stuff. So I'm assuming it's ours. I'm just saying, no, she's awesome. She's beautiful and cool, and it's exactly what we needed at the house, because both our dogs have passed away within the last year.
Yeah. And
it's just like perfect timing and stuff, and the cats are tolerating. Well, at least 2 out of 3 cats are tolerating.
That'll happen.
But yeah.
Sorry.
But yeah.
Cough right into the mic.
So yeah, and I'm sure that they'll warm up, and and that's cool.
Oh yeah, it takes time. At least it's a pup, so.
Yeah. And the dog was freezing too, because I mean it was like 29 degrees or something when she pulled up, because I mean it's like middle of the morning and shit. And this dog was literally freezing, and so we're assuming that somebody dumped this dog, hoping that somebody would pick it up. Which I mean, you know, all right, you know, that's what happened. You know, thank God. You know. So yeah, and she's awesome. So yeah, she's our little Ginger. That's what we call her.
I was just thinking, so you took it to the vet, because I was going to say it'd be funny if it ended up having puppies in a few months. You're like, oh no.
I know. Well, she was a fix too, yeah. So, you know, if that happens, then, you know, I'll deal with that then. But, you know, I don't think she's purebred. You know, so I you know, but I don't know. I just know that she's just not going to be a giant dog, which is a good thing, because, you know, we don't have that much room. We need, it's a perfect sized dog, so that's all that matters. So yeah, is that a better segue?
It's farther away from music than we were, but that's okay.
All right, well, let's swing it back in this way, and
no, it's perfect. It's a perfect segue, Chris. Into the song called Scooby Snacks by Josh Reisberg.
Thank you.
Yep.
There you go.
Get out my way, it's the Black Charlie Sheen, Tacoma, yours truly. Lyrics pop off like Call of Duty. Making music for my young hippie. This is for my rebels that rebel from the justice system. Smoke a big L and prosper and live well. That's why I'm on the mission to prosper and live well. Let's party, motherfucker. And if you got drama, you need to go to church and save it for your mama. Man, I'm here to have fun. Light up a swisher, yeah, and get my local contact. Young niggas need to inhale that. It's hella fresh, yeah, green crack.
Ayahuasca Joshua, now fuck the fakaka. I'm so gone, I'm Gandhi. Mahatma, Hamdu Allah, ride with the blah blah blah. I'm your highness when it comes to highness. Everyone's behind us, thus you must rewind us. Reside at the top of the hill, if you will. Feel the skill, there's no pill, I'm too ill. Roll on a beat like a dooley. Yours truly do be smoking two doobies like Shaggy and Scooby. Word life versus vice, life is word vice versa. Spit mercy, speak murder. No doctor, no nurse. Sick with this, shape and shift, gibberish, different, unnerving for the earthlings. My words bring superb things underground the whole earth like mycelium. At the same time healing them, try optometrists freeing them. The alphabet is my playpen, I slay them with verbatim. What's up to the maker? Assalamu alaikum. Walk around the earth making money, having fun.
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 So do some fine tuning. And then I could put inserts so we could add effects like, delays and stuff to our voices to make us sound like gods.
I do that sometimes. Yeah, you should check out a couple of these episodes where, like on the last one, I did that.
Oh, really? Nice.
Just once at the end of. I don't overdo it. I'll put a dab here and there of vocal effects, echo or something. Sound man Chris is sound manning.
Yeah.
We heard Scooby Snacks by Josh Reisberg in that last set of songs, and $100 Habit by Shotgun Kitchen, and what's this, Cannibal Theory by Mika Denoche. That was off Balls Deep, and
That was off what?
Balls Deep from 2004. Wow. Long time ago in the olden days.
That's what she said.
Yep. And then Signs I've Left Behind by Ruben Detling off Ziggy Francis. I've played a couple of these bands before, like that Ruben Detling. He's just someone I found on Bandcamp, and I like him.
Ah.
Yeah. It's fun.
That's amazing. That's cool.
Because people just make music. They'll just make it. And they can just put it out now. They don't need you.
No.
Yep. You can just like it or not. But how are you going to know unless you listen to it and decide?
I know, right? Look, R. Kelly.
I guess. So collecting things. We were talking about collecting things, and collecting local music is a fun thing to do. Some people like, I don't know, they can be married to these hobbies, and people can be obsessive, and hobbies don't need to be your lifelong thing. They can just be something you do for a while. There might have been a time in your life where you played video games and then stopped playing video games. There might have been a time in your life where you built models and then stop building models. Yep. And there's various reasons for people starting and stopping things, like that are like not always the reason on the surface.
And 3 out of 4 of those were that that cement for the model glue.
There are excuses that people do. There's like you touched on a whole deep, dark subject there, my friend, because I'm really into analyzing people's motivations and why they do certain things, and so like if you start to pick apart certain things in certain people's lives, she's like, why would you do? Oh, okay. Here's a great case in point, is that I had an older cousin. He was a couple years older than me, and so I lived vicariously through him. A lot of the stuff that I wanted to do, he was already doing, and I was like, oh man, that sounds cool. So one summer he had went to a camp. It was a church-ran camp, but nonetheless it was camp. He went to camp. He was away from home, under other supervision for a period of time, during which time he met and kissed a girl. And I was like, oh.
What?
I was like, wow. In a church camp, huh? That's scandalous. I was like, I want to go to a church camp and meet a girl. So this is exactly how I got to go to church for a period of time, because my whole family was somewhat skeptical about it. All the different cousins and stuff like that in my family and grandparents. But
what, you wanting to go?
Well, they were skeptical of going to church in general.
I thought they were skeptical of you saying that you wanted to go to church.
They were when I did start to say it, but they didn't analyze why. They didn't make the connection to why that I wanted to go meet girls. I was like 10 years old or 11 years old, whatever it was. But I just wanted to like explore different avenues of like, it's like you can meet girls there, huh? Because my cousin did. So they let me go for a period of time, and I just went to check it out. And when I went for the first time, they had a contest that if you memorized verses of the Bible, the names of the verses of the Bible, then you could get a free Bible. And so I went that first week and started this competition thing, and so I was like, oh, well, because I already knew some. And so I rattled them off. I don't even, however I knew them, because we were raised somewhat loosely Christian. We just didn't go to church.
Wow.
They read us Bible stories, whatever. And so, because I was committed to doing this, I went back for like 3 more weeks and memorized all these and rattled them off to the people, because they'd keep track of them for you. The Sunday school teacher.
Well.
And so I won my Bible. And then after I won my Bible, I was like, okay, I've done enough. I've been here enough. I don't need any more. Because my dad was reluctant to let me go in the first place. After the first time I went, and I came back, he questioned the shit out of me about what they talked about. Because they were skeptical of other denominations of Christianity. Like whatever denomination they might have been or considered themselves, which was probably not. They were non-denominational Christian. They're just were people who because there's all kinds of different persecution from different sects of Christianity, different depending on where you are.
Everybody's idea of what it says.
Yeah. And I don't know how much it might play into it either, but so I think there's some Indian in our lineage, and there's some Irish, and neither of these are the most widely accepted in social circles in the 40s, 50s, 60s, stuff like that. So while this did diminish as time went on, they still might have been downplaying a lot of that. So they just didn't want to make waves. They're just trying to blend in. They're just trying to be white people. We're just white people. We're just doing things. We're just like you. And we go to school, we go to work, and we work hard, and we do these things, and we read our Bible, and everything's fine. Everything's fine here. It's because there's a lot of people in America that are just like that. There's nothing wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with us. We're just doing and there's nothing wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with these people. No. They do good things. They're fine. It's just the way that it goes.
Everybody goes about it their own way, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as it's not harming somebody else, why should it bother anybody else?
Well, you can be bothered, but.
Well, yeah, but
control that being bothered.
I guess you can be bothered by it, but why interfere?
I know, I do know what you're saying. I'm actually not arguing with you. I do I do agree. We don't have to agree with everyone on everything. That's the thing. No. But we also don't have to harass them either.
Yeah. You have the ability to walk away, look away, scroll the page.
On the internet, there's a difficulty on the internet of interpretation, and there's
that too. There's a lot of people read the headlines but don't read the story.
Yeah. Well, there's no vocal inflection in conversation or whatever on the internet, so there's a lot lost in translation, and sarcasm doesn't translate well on the internet, for instance. So, and people take criticism very harshly on the internet, where they might not otherwise. It's more direct to them, personal thing. I see this a lot in the whole world of podcasting and other forms of social media, things that people are active on, and they just continually even read comments too much and take them to heart too much, when some people are just like 12-year-old kids. That's just throwing a fit, just being 12-year-old kids that are unsupervised on their phone or on the internet, and
tweeting.
Yeah, because it's a babysitter, just like a TV.
Yeah.
And that's just something you got to deal with, and that's okay. And some people are people with just opinions that are conflicting to yours, and that's okay. And you don't have to even read them or react.
Well, yeah, because if you think about it, because if everybody had the same opinion, the same view, the same vision, the same everything, why? That would be so boring. It would be like there'd be nothing interesting in retrospect because of that. I mean, it would just be, I don't know, like computer, whatever.
Well, and nothing's ever changed. We've all been just like this forever. Mm-hmm. We just see it easier now. We've got a better window on that and a better way to dial it in and say, that's really what they think. Oh,
yes.
They think that there's aliens. then there probably is aliens. But
Oh, yeah.
that's not neither here nor there. It's just something that, like, some people believe in Jesus, some people believe in aliens, some people believe in a different thing that is neither of those things, and it's just like some people believe the world is flat. It's just like,
Yes. But you know what? My view of if the world was flat, I believe all the cats would have knocked everything off by now. So it just doesn't make sense to me. Blame the cats. It's the cats' fault.
see, the cats could be the aliens, and
Oh, most likely they are.
they're interdimensional
Well, yeah.
aliens that with their poop they are brainwashing us. They've created an illusion that with a pheromone in their poop
Yeah.
that makes us believe that
Something.
everything's all.
Well, but have you ever noticed that the only time cats meow is when they're trying to communicate with a person? I've never heard a cat meow to another cat. I've heard them do other sounds to other cats, but I've never heard them flat out meow like a normal meow to another cat. I just have never heard that. And usually when I see two cats, they don't say nothing at all to each other. Unless they're fighting. If they're fighting, of course they're making all sorts of weird noises. But if they're not fighting, they're just kind of in silence, but still something is going through. So they're telekinesis, they're whatever. Yeah. So,
I can't argue it off the bat because I can't think of any direct conflicting evidence. No reference.
And I've had cats my entire life, and it's always kind of been the same thing. The only time they'll meow to a person.
Yeah,
And that's why I meow back.
yeah. I have long
I'll meow
conversations
back.
with cats. I just straight up talk to them
What's that?
because I feel like
Me too, yeah.
meowing's patronizing. They're like, "That's not what, dude.
Yeah.
Stop."
Yeah. I'll try to talk to them and reason them and just look at their reactions as I'm doing it and stuff.
Well, see, again, okay, so I played a lot of poker, and in poker, you analyze motivations, and you're analyzing a lot of things, but like it boils down to motivations, what a person's trying to do at any given time, and on a poker table, there's only so many. But in life, there's more, and this goes the same for any thing in any dynamic. And so a cat, for instance, your pet, an animal, if it's your pet specifically, it's going to want so many things. It's going to want outside, or it's going to want food, or it's going to want to be held or pet or whatever. It could want any number of things. Played with a toy. So you can then start to read that animal's behavior to determine what it is. Because are they walking in a certain direction when they're meowing? Are they walking towards the door? Are they walking towards the dish? Or do they
looking directly at you?
Yeah. and they'll do crazy things. They'll do crazy things. I mean, because
Leia will always do the announcing meow. When she's jumping up to me, she'll be jumping and giving me a little tiny mew as she's jumping. So it's like as she's landing, it's like right at the end of her meow. So it's just like, here I am, landing on my lap. And yeah, other than that, I really don't get much meows out of her. And Lulu, every time I see her, I just look at her and she goes, meow. And that's it. And I pet her and stuff. And then there's Abby. The cat is like Sheldon. The only way I get her to respond to me is if I say her name 3 times. I just have to say, Abby, Abby, Abby. And then she'll respond to me. Other than that, if I say it once, she won't respond. So maybe she thinks her name is Abby, Abby, Abby. I don't know. But yeah, I just think she's the female Sheldon of cats. But she's kind of weird, too, all across the bat, too.
So
you can pet her 2 or 3 times, then she's hissing at you and smacking your hand.
yeah, cats are weird, I'm telling you. So Sheldon is from The Big Bang Theory.
Yes.
Which I've never seen, but that character is so permeated through pop culture that I understand. What did I do?
Your mic.
I
Fix
break
your
it?
mic. No, it just angle it back.
Turned it?
Up. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
There you go.
Yep, that guy's all over the place.
No. It's pretty funny. If you ever seen the show, you'd find him pretty annoying and humorous all at the same time.
Well, there's a lot of clips out there for whatever reason, because it's like such an iconic show at this point that it gets used as examples in memes and all kinds of stuff.
He's like a human Spock.
Yeah, that's good. There's tons of shows I would not have ever watched, and so. Here's the thing. I don't know if I even completed this thought earlier. It's like, I'll watch things. I'll like a lot of things. I could like a lot of things. I could like everything. I could like everything. I could find something that is redeeming in it, or I could just sit and watch it. I mean, there's been a time in my life where I've just sat in places where there was nothing to do but watch a TV. Like, all you've got is a TV that gets one station, and you're watching Dukes of Hazzard. And you've got a half a pack of cigarettes and instant coffee, and you're watching Dukes of Hazzard. And that's your life right now. That's what's happening, because that's all that's on. And then after that, it's a preacher. And then you're lucky if there's going to be something on after that, but there's probably not. So you're going to play solitaire with a deck that's missing cards, There are moments like that in life. There just are. Something or another. There was times in life that we existed before there was cell phones, before there was internet, stuff like that.
Well,
where hey, dude, just go out there
before
and meet
pagers.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I remember my first pager. I still have my first pager, believe it or not.
You've told me this is crazy. Yep.
Because I had to have one because I had a kid. And that was it. That was, have a kid. Do you have to have something? There wasn't cell phones at that time, or at least there wasn't cell phones that were readily accessible to just everybody. They were like the backpack cell phones. So that changed really fast. So.
How long has it been since we've been here, sitting here talking? Should we play songs again? Is it back to that time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm just...
What have we talked about? We talked about quite a few things, actually.
Have we? Since we've been back?
I think so.
It's hard to keep track. Well, we can play some songs and come back, because it doesn't matter. What does it matter? Oh, if I play that song, then we have to record that song.
Well, don't give up on me, Catherine. Now please bear with me. I know I'm a complainer, but I spent my whole life stranded at sea. And the salt, it really got to me. And oxidized this boy's dreams, but don't give up on me. I need someone in my corner who still believes that there's good in everything she sees. But I remember 17. something that is good in me. So St. Catherine, please, please intervene on behalf of us, wayward souls. Well, don't leave us here out in the cold. On behalf of us, wayward souls. Don't leave us here out in the cold. And you've always been a better friend to me than I could ever be.
Haters, are you listening? Devils of this world, you better get away from me and leave alone. put your head on straight, but you can't get it right. I keep wanting to give love, but you just want to fight. In the end, it's a bust. Press for you, angel dust. If I owe you anything, I'll pay before I'm through. For all the hate you've given me, I give love back to you. We could drink away our problems till we have our fill, but in the morning they would be there laughing at us still. In the end, it's a bust. Prayers for you, angel dust. In the end, it's above us. Prayers for me, angel dust. It's a game of hide and seek. It's the chance we take. And if I gave you anything, it was a heart to break. There's a ringing in my ears, and it makes me ill. But if I get the chance to love you, girl, you know I will. In the end, it's a buzz. Press for you, angel dust. In the end, it's above us. Pray for me, angel dust.
Down now up again. Yeah, I was spoiled out, but now I'm ready to win. Can't count many times I died, but I always mount the all supply. Don't need no help from somebody making fun.
Maybe that's too much for right before we start. Well, I don't know. We just kind of faded right through this a whole hour. Pretty fast. You have to go back and listen to it, make sure we weren't just blithering idiots the whole time.
No, we're not. Like, I mean, I listen to these shows pretty intently, more than once.
Well, yeah, you got to chop them all up and everything.
Yeah, you know, I end up listening to them when I edit it. And as I'm editing it, I'm thinking, well, I'm not going to listen to it again. I like consciously think almost every single time, that's cool. It's a cool show. I'm glad I'm making it. I'm probably not going to listen to it. As soon as it's out, I'll listen to it.
Yep.
Like as soon as it's done, I'll listen to it, and I'll go back and I'll think I won't listen to segments or I won't listen to the talking or whatever, but I do. And so at least once through again after it's put out, I'll listen again, because there are times where I am like I question a couple of things, like because I just leave almost everything in all the time, even in the audio. And then there's a couple of times where I was like, oh, that's too much like downtime, like in between, like where like in the week before where we were filming with a camera in the back of the RV. And
did that work all right?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Nice. I mean, it was grainy video, wasn't great, but whatever. It sufficed. So, but there was a period of time where it was being set up that I left in the audio, and then after it was already uploaded, I realized, I mean, I realized it at the time. I had left it in and forgot to edit it out at the time. So, thought it was going to be fine. But then after listening back, I was like, I don't like it. I'm going to cut it out. And so I went back and cut out just a few seconds of bleh, you know, just us shuffling around, moving stuff, rumbling, not talking into the mic. Because, you know, no one wants to hear that for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, however long. It's just like, it'll drive you crazy. Some of the stuff that we're just talking about, mumbling about, it's going to drive people crazy anyway. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ, guys, get on with it. Get fucking on with it. Go!
And go.
It's like, if you're like looking at just analyzing shows that are out there, what we end up doing is filling time with banter, and we do it now every week. So that's just that in itself. That's a thing. It is unto itself. Plus, not only that, you and I get to come and talk every week about stuff. And so it's just it's much like something that we've always done, is hang out and talk, listen to music, and therein lies like the whole nature of the show. You know, you sit around and drink some coffee or tea or beer or whatever, or smoke a little weed and listen to some music and talk about that or other things with people. Yep. And so it's just it works for itself. Anyone could do this. Any couple of monkeys could sit here and just rattle off
life in real time.
Yeah,
it's just happening. Living life.
Hey, but you know, not everyone can do it. Some people will just freeze. They'll get in there and they'll just be like, "Oh, yeah." Hey, and I can feel that way. I can like be, and there's times where being analytical, I've looked back and said, "Oh, I'm just going crazy. I need to calm down, just relax."
Well, I think that I feel is more of an actual production. If we had like video camera crew and all that kind of
expectations and stuff like that, yeah,
like, then it would be freaking no fun at all.
Be funny, dance me.
Yeah, you'd have to give me some really cool stuff to make me.
Yeah, we would have to get paid something instead of paying.
Yeah.
Because
other than that, it'd be just like no.
But that's the spiral into darkness. That's the selling out. It's like once they start throwing money at you, it's like you saw Wayne's World, dude. You saw what happened.
Well, yeah.
As soon as
there's always different ways to do
Sphincter says what? Yep. Yeah.
We gotta do nothing like that with the political correctness that is going on in this planet right now. Doing anything like stuff like they did would just get us sued somehow by somebody that's really non-existent or something like that. But yeah, it would happen. Damn it, computer.
Yeah, I thought I was smarter than the computer once again, but nope. Political correctness is subjective, and it's just like everyone wants to throw a fit about everything, and that's cool, whatever. That won't last forever. I
just think it's in some places it's just getting almost almost to the extreme. It's just like I was listening to radio, something about somebody saying the word woman, they were putting an X instead of MAN, it was MXN.
Mm-hmm.
So it's woman, but it's just like, but there's man and woman. I look at the man part. I don't look at it as a man. I look at it as human.
Uh-huh.
We're both humans. So they're taking the hue part off for man, and then the woo, for the man, for the woman. There you go. It's just describing two different
genders of the
genders
one
of
species.
one.
You're right.
That's it.
You're absolutely right.
And then it's just like, by somebody's going to that much. I mean, it's just like,
yeah.
It's just like, see, now it's getting to the point where it's a waste of money and a waste of people's time, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I get it. I get the equality part. I get that. But to go to that, I mean, they're taking it somewhere where it doesn't really necessarily need to be, I don't think.
Yeah, I would agree.
So it's just like,
there's some extremism.
it's just like, my God.
It's not that we can't have an opinion about things. We should have opinions about things.
Exactly.
And there's nothing wrong with even being vocal about those opinions, but there's also lines, and there's better ways of approaching things, or a healthy conversation to be had about things. And people don't want to give. They want to get in these little groups and then be like, oh, this is my group, and we stand by each other no matter what. Mm-hmm. And we're going to die on this hill right here. That's what we're going to do. That's all right. They can go and die there.
Yep. Some people.
There are a lot of concessions that have to be made in life. I've lived in a lot of situations with a lot of people, just large group dynamics. That I've been in some bands that had complicated dynamics, and those you can learn to compromise, or you can constantly fight. Now, some circumstances and stimuli that's unhealthy, and it's hard to get out of situations that escalate in certain directions. And you have to recognize when you're getting caught up in those things, and learn to extract yourself before it gets to a point of like crisis. And like right now in the world, just about every issue you could think of has reached a boiling point. It's almost at a crisis.
Yeah.
So
right.
like there needs to be some really like
interventions.
Well,
the wrath. No, I don't know.
Hey, you can look at it a lot of ways. Some people can see it all in terms of like biblical prophecy. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, and some people want to cultivate that and make it happen. They want to create that right now. That's a thing that some people are would actively love to see happen. So they'll make anything go that way. You know, and sometimes prophecy is something that is like, sometimes it's just something that just happens organically, and sometimes it's something that also just someone says, go do this because this needs to happen. It's in the Bible. I've mentioned this before to people. I mention it all the time. Like there's all kinds of stuff that happens in like this life of Jesus story in the Bible where it's like he's fulfilling these prophecies by just being there or doing this thing. But then there's a point where he's going in Jerusalem and he tells someone to go get him a donkey because he's supposed to ride in on a donkey, and he's actively making the prophecy happen at that point. Like, so, I mean, both these things can be part of the same thing. Like, just because it's prophesized doesn't mean that it can't be forced in some ways. Like, oh, no, we've got to sacrifice a virgin on this mountain at this time, midnight, under the full moon, under the giant blood-red dragon moon, you know. Because if we do it at this time, then we'll unlock the portal, and then the demons can come out when we turn on the next time we turn on that particle accelerator. You know?
Well, of course.
Yeah. Oh, NASA's in on it, and the
Everybody
Illuminati.
knows that.
Dude,
I mean, come on,
just
that's
ask Jay-Z. He'll tell you all about it.
Exactly. Tom Cruise, too.
Yep.
He's been trying to tell
Yeah.
us.
Yeah. Well, he's half cyborg. He can't tell
He's-
us
I
anything
know,
anymore.
yeah.
They've cooked that part of his brain out.
Why not? Yeah. His vocal simulator was just off. So
Yeah.
he couldn't get it right.
He was malfunctioning
Yes.
after that accident.
No, it was horrible. But necessary.
So you've not seen any movies in the whole week. I can't believe that. What have you been doing? What
Well, I've been actually dealing with my back, and then
Oh yeah, traction.
I had some back issues, and then I
We should get a traction cam. Like,
I know. I've been, and you know what? Actually, the past 2 times that I had upside down, I thought about just doing a quick recording and then just saving it for you so you could throw it in and stuff. And say, Chris, you know, this is Chris, you know, from such and such location. I don't know. I'll have you come up with something and I'll figure it out.
Yeah, well, I've already got it worked out. This is Chris in the traction cam. I'm here again. Sorry, I couldn't make it to the show.
So yeah, and then you know, we had the puppy, and had Saturday. There was just a lot of bands on Saturday. So yeah, had a lot going on. Actually, didn't get to see a show. Got to check out a restaurant downtown Puyallup. Didn't care for it too much.
Oh, huh. I don't know if we should. I'm curious, but then I don't want to like slam anyone.
Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I'm just not even gonna bother.
Yeah, that's cool.
They don't need any advertising, good or bad. So, and bad advertising is good advertising because if you just say their name, that's all it is. So
You're right about that, and
because there'll be the people that'll try to defend it and then blah 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 blah. So,
yeah, I try to be very impartial about everything. Because hey, you know, I play music by people who don't necessarily like me. I don't necessarily like everyone whose music I play, but shoot, their music is some of the best parts of everyone. It's like so, and everyone should be able to be played without any prejudice or anything. You know,
I did go to the 56th Street Liquor Saloon.
yeah. I don't know what it's called.
It's right up there on 56th Street, and it's a saloon. I went there and saw a band that was called oh damn it, I do not remember them right off the top of my head, but they were a pretty cool punk rock band, and there was the dad, singer, guitar player, and the kid was his son, was like 15 years old, and he was playing bass. And then there was an older gentleman playing the drums. So, I mean, it was actually a pretty cool band. I thought it was kind of neat. And I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. But then I went to the Valley, right down the street, from our secret bat location here at the Bat Cave. Right down the street, and saw Leafy Green.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, that was pretty cool. And that was kind of cool because the drummer for the band was running. What was that band that we were talking about?
Sky Giants.
Sky Giants. The drummer for this from the Sky Giants was running sound.
Peter.
Which was kind of Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he was running sound, so I went up and said hi to him because recently I'd run sound for them and I thought they were great. They're a great band. So yeah.
Yeah, he's a nice guy. They just released a new album.
Yeah.
Just came out.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool seeing him. And it was kind of cool because I really don't get out that much weekend wise. Because,
You don't.
Just
That's very rare.
doing the stuff, and then so when I do, I kind of like to go out and represent, but then sometimes I like to go do something that's just the opposite.
Yeah, that's not sound.
Yeah, that's not that, and that there's still people out because I could do stuff during the week, but it's a different environment during the week than it is during the weekend. During the weekend, there's a bunch of people having a good time and stuff. But during the weekend, it's a little bit more rowdier, and it just seems to be more of a happier, rowdier atmosphere that I like. But I mean, sometimes I don't like it at 95 to 110 decibels.
Oh no, you gotta decompress sometimes. It's taxing. It can be taxing. It's taxing on your ears, on your mind too, because your mind is working. And your
so my tinnitus says every day.
Listening to things repeatedly can be exhausting and take its toll on your hearing. And so having times that are quieter is really good for you. And it's like, if you've ever done any mixing, I know you have. Your ears can get fried really quickly listening to stuff repeatedly. If you're listening to one track or certain things. Oh boy,
the repetitions of the track will make you not hear stuff.
Yep,
and it'll make you hear stuff and not hear stuff all at the same time because your mind's playing tricks on you because your mind is bored with it, but you have to listen to it. And so that's why you always got to do things with step away from it or listen to something way crazy or extreme left field or right field. Get your mind kind of offset somewhere and then going back and listen to it again or something. Or just have somebody else come in and listen to it and give their opinion to force you to kind of think of, to force you to look at it a different way. So there's all sorts of ways to do it all.
That's why a good producer and engineer team are like a really good thing to work with a band, because that it's not just one person hearing things, and it's both it's an artistic. Ideally, your producer would be an artistic approach, and your engineer is a technical approach to the sound, and they can achieve this together. And they are ideally also an impartial party that is there to achieve that best representation of you. And that there needs to be stuff like that, like in and there is on higher levels, but we don't get a lot of that kind of attention at lower levels of the I mean, that's just part of working your way up to it also. But it doesn't hurt to get that experience right away, like early on, and develop relationships over periods of time with people. Like it's easy to have an experience with someone and think, I don't know if I like that or not. But like I just remember times in the past where I've given people a good shot several times or not. Like there was a studio that I worked with before, and we recorded with them, and each experience progressively got worse and worse, to the point where we're just like, we're not going to work there anymore. And then we went to other places where we had better experiences, like just I both individually and collectively. And so you want something that works for you in other ways too, places that you're comfortable recording. It's another thing. People that you're comfortable recording with.
A huge part of it.
Yeah.
comfort and being, because I mean you want, I mean, and that's a big thing about my stage, about how I run my stage, is I tell them, you know, and this is like direct correlation. I think I mic around you. You set everything up how you need it. I put my mics around that, and if my stuff's in the way, I make sure that it's not in your way, because I want you to play your optimal. So you don't have to think about anything. You don't have to worry about anything. So you could play. You could do what you're there to do, and you could do it on your optimal. And if you're at your optimal, the crowd is gonna feel that, and they're gonna see that you're giving them 100%. They're going to see that you're not struggling. They're going to see that you're not missing something or not right. You know, because the crowd sees that.
Yeah.
And if they see that you're at your optimal and you're having a great time, that energy is going to project back to the band, and then it's just going to bounce back and forth and create huge energy. It has a potential to create huge energy.
Well, what you're saying too is it's important. You're giving them the space to be themselves, and you're just opening up a good relationship with them.
Yes.
And there's too many opportunities for conflict in situations like that, when a band's coming in and meeting the sound man and setting things up, and too many times something is a conflict. It's like, even things that don't need to be, it's like, this is how we do it kind of thing. It's like, and the this is how we do it kind of thing can just be a dick move to this other guy. And that's just how it's interpreted. Just because this other guy doesn't necessarily have the experience, or like, and there's wide ranges of experience. You get that through your door, just a wide range of people with different experiences and different walks of life. And
that's why I always try to be as humble as possible, because you never know when that drummer that just dropped all his drums on the floor is not somebody that knows a million times more than you do.
Oh yeah.
You got to, and I've seen that many a time.
It's like, dude, I was in Rat. Fuck off.
dude, the drummer for Alice in Chains dropped a guy's snare at Luigi's.
Yeah.
I shit you not. That is for real. And I wish, I can't remember his name right off the top of my head, and I should remember his name. But yeah, he was there with we had this big thing going on, and he was there, and he actually dropped the snare, and it was humorous, because I mean, I know that he's just like, whatever, I got probably 10 of those or whatever. I ain't worried about it. But it was just kind of funny, because another human thing.
Oh yeah,
huge rock star, but yeah, still human. Yeah, no egos. He's awesome. So,
rock stars can be super nice and humble and clumsy, and rock stars can be total assholes.
Yep. I've experienced them both. Yeah, Don Dokken.
Yeah, well, he shreds though.
Yeah, full octave below the rest of the band. Oh, did I say that out loud? I'm sorry.
That's funny. So we should play some music.
Let's do it.
Let's see. I don't know what we're gonna play. We'll just jump into things and hear what we hear.
his mind in a trance. I'm out of time. You're lost, then I'm found, bending down at the feet of the king. He raises his almighty staff. I'm crying now, not that it matters. Then you beg for my forgiveness at the altar. And then I'll sing, it's over. I'm begging, please, let it be over. Reality made me scream and beg and cry, and I was falling. Stole my truth, sold my wrong, made me small. Always thought we were together. Like knives, always check the road twice before I met you. And once I'm gone, tell me, will others think I stood strong, or will they think what you do? And then I'll sing, it's over. I'm begging, please, let it be over.
Won't
That was a crazy song by Czar. Arachnochondriac. I had thought about talking more about collecting local music because I want to encourage people to collect local music and share it and submit it to the show.
Yeah, yes. That'd be awesome. The more the better.
Well, it's always neat when we get some of these new to us things,
Well,
and
I mean, even if it's just telling us a name.
yeah, it all
anything.
helps. Oh, which reminds me, yeah, someone posted there on the internet, Baja Boy. To
I
play
saw
some
that. I
Baja
saw
Boy.
that. Yeah.
So yeah, we should play some Baja Boy.
Yeah.
Because it's that easy. We take requests.
Yep.
If we've got it, and if we don't
we should
have
have
it,
say that whoever's name that was.
I don't know who it
I
was.
feel like we're letting them down.
Yeah, we could have done a shout out. Yeah.
Man.
Well, I mean, it's not like it's that far away, but yet
No,
it is.
yeah. Well, shout out to that guy.
Yeah.
That guy, Baja Boy.
You know who you are.
Right on, dude.
I'm about to lose it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Don't be doing that.
Yeah, let's get it all under control.
Yes.
Well, we're gonna wind it still. Nonetheless, we got to keep it going. But we are winding the show down, closing it out, getting ready to call it a week.
Oh.
We can banter for a few more minutes. It's got to be someone who's just tuning in for that. It just loves us.
Yeah.
They just want to hear us talk and talk and talk. They don't give a fuck about the music. Fuck the music. No. Nope. We support local music. That's why we're here.
Oh.
The only reason that we're here, and the only reason anyone would be here, is because there's such great music to play all the time. Yeah. There's tons and tons of stuff. And so I'll repeat bands on the show, and have been. And yet there's bands that I haven't played. And I'll repeat songs eventually, too. I haven't got around to doing that. But there's no reason why we wouldn't repeat songs. Because they're great songs.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. And, it's not like I feel like everyone's going to listen to every single show forever. No, they're going to necessarily go back and listen to everyone. But, I mean,
it would be nice to think that, but...
Hey, just for the music, though, that's why I would.
Right.
And that they just have such listenability to me for that reason. And they're all kind of special and unique shows because they've all got different music.
Mm-hmm.
And I had mentioned before, while I don't necessarily think that I would listen to them, I would. They're like, so I make them because I like it, and that's what I want. That's exactly what I want. But at the same time, I don't really think after making it that I'm going to want to listen to it, and I do, and I appreciate it for what it is. It's like very casual, and it's relaxed, and it's what the fuck I want. It's nice, and it's playing that music, and that music put that way sounds great together. Being able to listen to a song from a band, just that song, and take it for what it is in that art form, because a song is an art form. It's not necessarily made to be a single, but it doesn't necessarily have to be viewed in that kind of context. It can be just viewed as a song played for you to listen to. And
here is a piece of art.
Yep.
Judge as you wish, whatever.
That's right.
Take it as you want.
And I like that format of delivery, and I like the variety and the ability to like look for things, because I'm right there as a fan finding stuff for the first time myself, or hearing stuff I haven't heard for 10, 20, 30 years now, going back to like the 80s, because there's stuff that I still want to hear good renditions of, like, and stuff that I haven't heard for 10, 20, 30 years. Like, I want some good quality Kildare recordings to play. Really bad. That'd be great. That'd be great. And there's other groups from then, in that same time frame. And I want better recordings of some of the stuff we have played. Yeah, a lot of things to get better copies of and get out there to the public. Waxwing, the Crouchers.
Waxwing. That's
Vendetta.
weird that you just said Waxwing, because I was in my head. I was thinking, Waxwing. I need that.
I had that cassette. I remember it having a red cover.
Yep. I remember the guitar player. The guitar player, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was named Terry. He lived in the Willow Hill apartments, or the apartments right next to those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, right down the street, 128th. And he used to work at Boogie Body Guitars at the end of my street. You know. And that's how, you know, right when I was, and that was before I met you guys, I even think.
Yeah.
I mean, that was like early 80s and stuff. Like 81, 82, 83, something like that. Because, yeah, that's when I first started getting into that, because that was when I started going to Boogie Bodies and checking that out and stuff. And, yeah, it was cool. Cool experiences. And that was also when I found out that if you play, what's that song? Another one by Sedest. If you play it backwards, it says, "It's fun to smoke marijuana." Ha 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 ha. That's no joke. Check it out.
I think it says you can't make friends with salad.
It might say that too, but I know it says it's fun to smoke marijuana. It's funny. The owner of Boogie Body Guitars showed me that. I was just like going, what? And I think I was like 8, 9 years old too when I first saw that. I don't think his intentions were bad in any ways. I think he was just trying to be funny, and but yeah.
So there was a Styx record that had some intentional backmasking on it, of Paradise City, I think it was, maybe. But they always would say that Stairway to Heaven had stuff. So I remember taking my dad's record player. I had to be like 14 or so. I was probably in 8th grade, and trying to play that record backwards by spinning it with my finger, and hearing these satanic messages. And I didn't ever hear. Well, maybe I did hear what they said was the message in it, but I didn't really buy it. My sister cried though. Like, she was like, we were all getting ready for school, like in the morning, and she was like 7 years old, 6 or 7, and I was about 14, and so she started crying, and it was a big deal. I was like, "Jeez,
what's the big deal?"
Yeah, this was something. It was just such a weird sound, traumatized her. She was weirded out by sounds. She used to not like to let the water out of the tub either, because she didn't like that sound.
Oh wow!
She would never let the water. Shit like that drive you crazy. But I broke the needle.
Oh,
yeah,
it's terrible.
For about the 50th time in life.
50th
time. and I surely blamed it on my sister or something. But I wore out records, played them all the time, and then did stuff like that. Tried to listen to them backwards. Not the way to do it.
I still remember one time Jason Hoyt showed us the SOS on the reel-to-reel. The delay and stuff like that. We were doing all that crazy recordings with that. That was cool.
That went on for quite some time. Well, it's hard to gauge time in that period of life.
I know,
but it went on for what could have been days to weeks, and until his brother Aaron accidentally fell backwards into the bar. I had a bar in my room, and toppled the bar. He was on an ottoman. Aaron was on an ottoman. May or may not have been intoxicated, because I really couldn't tell you whether he was or not. I just know that he toppled over backwards into the ottoman, or off the ottoman into the bar with the reel on the bar.
On the reel-to-reel.
Yeah, that was the last time that ever worked. Yeah, it never worked again. That ended our days of audio experimentation.
Yeah, I never really knew what happened to that. Now I'm sad to hear about the demise of the.
I think he ended up getting a couple more later on in life, but then things kind of spiraled out of control for a while, I think, for him.
Now he's MIA altogether.
Yeah,
trying to find him.
That's too bad. Hey, I don't know. We all have periods of time. He could be not crazy someday.
Oh, I know.
It could happen.
Every great once in a while, yeah.
There's always hope.
Yeah.
Hey, people rebound. People rebound.
Yeah,
Some
true.
people do.
That's
and some
true.
people just, go farther, deeper.
That is very true as well.
Yep. It's a choice. It's always a choice. We always have a choice in life
Yeah.
of what to do. And, yep.
Sometimes you got more choices more options than others.
Well, isn't that a problem in
That is
itself?
always
There's
so.
so many things to stimulate us and distract us in life, and so many options and choices. Not that, they say that variety is the spice of life. And that's true.
That's true, but bullshit at the same time.
Oh,
Well, it's true in good ways, but also in bad ways all at the same time, I should say. Because a lot of times, sometimes your options are not all good options, but that's your only options. And, then you got the options that are just distracting options, waste of time options.
I mean, we came from a life of 3-4 good radio stations and 3 TV stations and no
Riding
cell
dirt
phones
bikes
and
BMX bikes
and there was a lot less distractions in those days, and then now we live in a day that is just, we're oversaturated with stimulation and information.
Way overstimulated. And that's why I think a lot of people are freaking out the way they are, is because they're not supposed to be stimulated like this.
Oh yeah, it's too much information to
Too much
process.
information.
Your poor brain. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the average person, I mean, it's just especially when you hear about bad stuff happening, it seems like it's happening more and more and more and more, but it's not. Before, you wouldn't be able to, you didn't hear about everything as frequently and as often because it's further away and it's not your general area, because basically everybody was more a certain circumference is basically where you got your information from or whatever from.
Yeah.
And that's what you
regionally.
lived by.
Yeah.
Yeah. A certain region, and then that's what you just went by. Now it's worldly, so it's just everybody's looking at the entire world. So the thing that happens every great once in a while, sure, it's a tragedy and stuff like that, but it's not like we need to get super extreme on everybody because of that and start getting going overboard. But now that people are hearing about all of them all at the same time, everybody's doing it, but it doesn't make sense. I mean, it's traumatizing, hurtful, and bad, but at the same time, it needs to be dealt with differently than which way people tend to be doing it now.
Things are glamorized and sensationalized by the media. That is one aspect of the problem. And then this is perpetuated by people who are ingesting this media in different ways. And it's perpetuated in different ways. Some people is reacting as oh my God, look at this thing that's happened. I can't believe it. This is so horrible. Or I can't believe this has happened. We need to do this. Or I can't believe this is happening.
Or the headline's this, but 90% of the people don't even read the rest of the paragraph.
Yeah.
So it's they can put whatever they want in the headline, but you can read the paragraph and it totally contradicts or totally kind of what the headline was, but it means something totally different. But people go by that, base all their judgment on that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just
it is difficult to be discerning, but you really need to exercise even more of it than ever, and focused attention on certain things, not necessarily be narrow-minded, but just, I like to have a wide variety of information from conflicting sources to view, but it's not like I'm buying into any of it necessarily. I try to remain very impartial and make decisions for myself based on the information that is presented to me. But I also understand that so much of what is being presented to me is being presented to me in a blatantly marketed way. It's oh, this is being manufactured to elicit a certain reaction out of you, or to generate a certain emotional response, or to do something that is just that I don't want to be involved in at all. So I will take it for what it is. I can analyze that, and I can discern that, and I can say, okay, that is what that is. There might be some information in there that's pertinent, and I can take that out of there, and then I can leave all the rest.
I usually do? If I hear a story like that that kind of aggravates me like that, it's generally it's on one channel, whatever. What I'll do is you know that if it's a big enough story, it's going to be on multiple channels. So go to the other channels and listen to the wording. If the wording is exactly the same, you know that's manufactured from one source. So it's meant to cause shit. It's meant to start shit.
There's some great examples of that out there you can find. You can go and you can find them on YouTube. It's like, hey, look at this story that they're all talking about. That is all like the same words, like that is like a commercial. They're just running a commercial for this particular
propaganda.
Yeah. So if you want to run some ads on the MAWPCAST, you can get a hold of us at gmail.com. We'll subtly work your products into the show, and we will make it look like that we totally support you.
Yeah, exactly. Right now we are sporting let's see what I got. I'm sporting a Boba Fett, Stormtrooper, and Darth Vader being in a band.
So you're a Disney shill.
Yeah. I'm all about that, yeah.
I'm sporting.
He's all about sporting some local bands. See, this is a galactic band. They don't play around here that often. The Big Will Sun Show, they play around here a little bit more than these guys do.
Yeah.
So check them out. Big Will Sun Show. Badass. That bass that you'll see on stage, that Rickenbacker, yeah, that's mine. I want it. It's mine.
You want it?
Yes. Oh, yeah. And trust me, ask the bass player. He'll tell you the same thing. That he'll say that. Chris says that he wants it. Because it's just a beautiful bass. Sounds great. It's awesome. Every aspect, I think.
I was going to in this week's episode talk about Aquaman and its success and why DC films in general blow so hard. But we've now gotten through the whole episode, and I didn't talk about that, so we'll have to look forward to that on next week's episode.
We'll do that next time.
But yeah, that's an exciting conversation.
That's a great movie. Have you seen it?
I've not seen it yet, but I even started to segue into that conversation when I was talking about the Batman and how I feel that the Dark Knight,
Batman's just a vigilante. He's not a superhero.
Yeah. I was going to say that the Dark Knight, that comic, and the Watchmen, while they were great and seminal works of art, and they were great for comics in a lot of ways, they also ruined comics, and that is a big part of the reason why DC Comics movies suck, is because of that whole vibe and that whole era that they're trying to translate into film. So yeah, I look forward to that on next week's episode. Yep. And Batman, I have the best take on Batman, dude. The way that they could make Batman so awesome.
Huh.
He's the villain. He's the fucking villain. He's the fucking bad guy.
That might be cool.
And like, so the Joker's just some dude who's just like, fuck that guy. Who the fuck does this guy think he is? This guy who's out there, he's trying to fucking stop crime. He's trying to fight crime. I'll show him fucking crime. And so the Joker's just responding to him, but Batman himself is a fucking villain because he is. He's not a good person. He's a fucking psychopath. Yeah. He's a fucking twisted fucking individual.
I can fuck with this guy. Nobody's gonna give a fuck because I just want to fuck with him. I don't give a fuck what he did. Yeah. I just want to fuck with him and have everybody leave me alone about it.
So yeah,
I want to do it publicly so people see me fucking with him. Yeah, you got a point there.
So there we go. That's our show for this week. All right. We'll see you all next week. And we're out. Goodbye.
Peace.
Soul
you ever studied Satanism?
Just a guy. Just a guy. trick themselves into this democracy.
Stacking this money every day, I'm alive. Looking at the heavens, thank God I'm alive. Earth beneath my feet, oh man, I'ma thrive. Skating through the door, call me Chief Stacking Paper. You can hate me now, or you can hate me later. Your boy is full of flavor like a pack of now or later. So much guap on your boy, you probably think I pull a caper. Surround yourself with hoes, I surround myself with paper. When I put on purple and yellow, you think I was a Laker. Got myself some clues and I see you got some fakers. Tread up on my water, be the bottom of the lake, bruh. If I hand your ass some candies, it's not lifesaver. Stacking money in my safe for the day that it rains, bruh. As for now, the sun is shining, what more can I say, bruh? Not a damn thing because my money's in the way, bruh.
I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm real hip hop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm real hip hop.
I am Mr. Wells Fargo. Paper cuts from big faces, got large though. 3 different whips parked behind 3 different garage though. Burner on the car floor, suicide car door. Whip game gorgeous, paper game plenty. I'm a goon, that's for room, I ain't leaving you lanes in it. Slap you with the rack, get back, slap with the other stack. Left the other guy in the back of the other lag. 15 crack as a trap, get loosey. I'm off the chain, catch me wildin' out like Lil Brucey. Moving that raw, non-stop, call it sushi. Bad chicks call me Chris, knucklehead banger, suits me. Act gang all day, stack things all day. Hustler from the purple door down to the old Machiavelli. 5, 6 and 0, 2 in front of the old night and day. My fam said, drop a 16, I said, bro, right away.
I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm real hip hop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm real hip hop.
Pockets on yeasty, dough steady rising. Me and my girl riding off in the horizon. Jeans health conscious, eating hella right. Got the 4 food groups chilling with me day and night.
The 4 food groups?
Yeah, dog, you heard me right. Bread, cheese, lettuce, bacon, afternoon delight. I'm only talking money, cause that's just what I like. If you're not talking money, then you should take a hike. Got that right, brothers, money. My money's taking flight. You got that long distance money. Your money's out of sight, out of sight, out of mind. You can find me on my grind, whether making airplane parts or fakey Smiths on a spine. Not from Green Bay, but cheddar's on our mind. Knucklehead bang, same family, same grind. 56 and 0, purple doors, we spent the time. Garage, ENT, app, gang, fall in line.
Get it! I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm real hip hop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm getting real guap, I'm popping like pills pop. I'm real hip hop.
On the track.
We are just the same. She tells me it's all my fault. And I tell her she's not to blame. No. And I suppose that is the deal. Living stereo. Somewhere out beyond what's real. Somewhere that I go.
You might have let a match, and then the pain
sweeping the eastern nation, is being committed by creatures deep above the flesh of their victims.
Survival Command Center at the Pentagon has disclosed that the wolf can be killed by a shot in the head or a heavy blow to the skull.
Come for you, eat your brains in a stew. Not great cooks, they don't care. Eat your veins and pubic hair. Making omelet with the spleen. They don't care if you bleed. Run for your life. Run by trick, run by book. Take a big bite out of your throat. Living dead, time is now, still alive. Don't know how, always hungry, never stop. Sorry, cheese, go chomp, chomp, chomp. Run for your life. When there's no more room now, when there's no more room now, when there's no more room now, the dead will walk the earth. Some are smooth, drink the blood when the lion of the moon. Some are coming, they're on the move. They don't dance and they don't groove. Some are sick, smell pretty bad. Be the worst thing that you ever had. Run for your life. The dead will walk the earth. Run for your life. Run for your life. When there's no more room in hell, when there's no more room in hell, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. In the way, eat the straights and the gays. Puerto Rican, Arab, Jew, neo-Nazi and the Jew. Man or woman, it's all the same. They're just happy that you're gay. Run for your life. Gun to fight on the neck. Goddamn zombie hurts like that. Surely fine, never know. Don't feel right, feel bit cold. Eye turns white, skin is blue. Gonna eat brains, I'm coming for you. Run for your life. When there's no more room in hell, when there's no more room in hell, when there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk.
Yeah.